Kathy and I, as kids, always enjoyed doing crafts and projects and things together. And we were so fortunate because our dad had a wood shop. He taught us how to cut out wood, and we painted and decoupaged, and our mom would let us create things on her dining room table.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine the glue and glitter and pieces of fabric and stuff that she just had to deal with, but she was happy to do it.
And we decorated our own family tree ourselves. We made homemade, handmade ornaments. We strung cranberry and popcorn. We did all those things that every typical family generally does.
Well, how about the star that we would take turns. If it was your turn to make the star, you cut it out of cardboard and then you covered it in aluminum foil, and then Dad helped us put it at the top of the cedar tree, because at Thanksgiving we would go back home to our parents' home and grandparents for Thanksgiving.
In our blue station wagon.
And all riding in there, and somewhere Santa presents were probably hidden in there or something, but we would cut down a cedar tree and bring it back on top of the station wagon. And you know, that was just kind of crazy how it was decorated, but those memories are just magical.
And as most families and people have of their own. This project started 6 years ago. This family was friends of ours and had been customers, and it is such a blessing to get to work with such wonderful families and get to help them design their decorations to blend with how they celebrate and entertain and how they, spend the holidays with their families. So I was able to come up here several times to get an overview of the house. The home is quite large, and they wanted Christmas really in every part of it. And we started out in the great hall, the entryway, which was just a gorgeous, magnificent place to put a designer tree. And that was kind of the husband's inspiration of what he wanted it to look like. So we used lots of earthy tones that kind of blended with a lot of the scenery around here. Lots of platinums and golds and really rich colors. We're shaping on the tree. This is a tree that's been up before, so we're just kind of going back in, and where the branches get kind of squished or curled or crunched from the floral and things we've had on them, we're just straightening them out a bit. It's just important to start with a good base, good quality greenery in your tree. And then also a good tip to do while you're putting this together is to replace any light bulbs that you see that might be out. That keeps the lights working longer for you. And like I said, a well-shaped tree is just a really good base, and good quality greenery helps make that happen.
Sheets are a great tool to use to help with all the glitter because everything's better if it sparkles. So most of the garland, the florals, ribbon, that sort of stuff has glitter on it. So we will try to cover things with sheets and lay them down on the floor.
One of the best ways to decorate your tree is to be organized. We love to use our 3 key ingredients: ribbon, balls, and florals. And right now what we're doing is we are shaping out the florals and grouping them by like items, because when we put them on the tree, we will put all of one item on and then we'll go to the next one. That way you completely cover the tree and don't have one area that's really decorated and then not enough for the rest of the tree. So it's a great tip in decorating, and it actually helps your decorating go faster because it's all organized, it's laid out where you can see it. And when you use good quality florals, they are wired. All of these individual petals are wired, and so that they can be put back like this for storage, and then come back out each year and shape them out and fold out the leaves. And so we are getting that all ready, and then we'll be into the decorating stages, which is always the fun part.
This is the top of our tree, and sometimes it's a little easier to get your tree top done before you set it actually up on the top of the tree. We're gonna place this Santa. We'll have to do some straightening, of course, when we get it up there, but especially on a tall tree, it just works out easier. You can just kind of fold up your branches to get it inside your angel, or in this case, we're using a beautiful Santa that enhances all the floral and the decor that we're using in this home. Yeah, over there, man. We're getting it down. We've actually got some wire attached to his skirt that we're going to, got a hold of it? We're gonna wire onto our branch. Wire, floral wire like this is a great thing. You can hardly see it, and it really does help give you some stability when you're adding these things on. First garland to place on the tree, and we're laying it up in the tree, and it's always good to have a helper. You can pass things back and forth. I'm going to pass that over to Amanda. She's going to put it on her side while I kind of hold the treetop steady. If you have an extra tree stand with you, that's a great thing to set your top of your tree in, because it'll kind of hold it in place while you actually fix your treetop, basically like a floral arrangement.
My tool belt that keeps my gloves, my box cutter, my headlamp, my Sharpie markers, and a few extra screws, bolts, whatever I might need. Twist ties. Can't leave home without it.
Our ribbon is fabulous, designer, decorator ribbon. It's wired. The materials are so beautiful. They're backed with another material, which allows them to come out of the tub after they've been flattened, and you're able to then go back with your hands and fluff them back out. So even though these were the original ribbons on the tree when we started, they're still like brand new bows because of the fabric and the quality of it.
Balls are a key ingredient to decorating your tree. They add a lot of color, and the size helps fill in the background, so that when you hang your smaller ornaments, they're kind of tucked in there. They just give you some really good depth, and don't be afraid to use the larger size even up in your tree. They're kind of tucked back in. They're not hanging out like you would use this size ball. But we use a variety of sizes, and we put them all together so that we get the coverage that we want in the right places.
You know, gold balls are a wonderful base to any tree. I like to call them the little black dress of Christmas decorating, because if you use gold balls, you can decorate any color, any style, whimsical, fun, dressy, change it up, gold, silver, red, red, green, gold, silver and gold, bright, fun, lots of neat things about it. And the greatest thing about the balls that we use, they're plastic millimeter balls. They are shatterproof, meaning when you drop them, they do not break. And so the longevity and life of these balls, it's just huge in your decorating. And it's a great base, and it's a good investment for people to make to really change up the whole look of their tree. We are now finished with adding all of our base layer of balls on the tree. So the next ingredient is going to be our floral stems.
After you've done your ribbon and first we layered all of our garland, our floral garland with the berries and the glitter leaves and everything. That was put on first. Then we came back with some of our ball layer and our ribbon. And now we're to our floral, and this is a great leaf floral spray that's got a long stem, and we're going to tuck it in there where you get some projection coming out, because it's good to see, especially a tree that is against a window. You want to see those shapes coming out like that, and then you can hang another little glass ball or a little glass ornament here, and it will show off really pretty.
What's great about these is they are so lightweight, it's easy to put these on the ends of the branches, just right on the tip to hang out and show off. The glass we like to add towards the end because we don't want to knock it off and break it. And glass has such a reflection to it and picks up the lighting that it's just beautiful added on at the end, just the touch of decorating.
Our grandmother was a total inspiration to us for Christmas because she just had that sparkle in her eye. And it's, Christmas is just such a wonderful time of the year to celebrate family and traditions and to honor those. And yes, it can be commercialized, but have fun with it. I mean, it is all about doing what you want to do that works for you and your family.
Ready to get started on the master bedroom tree, and the best thing about what we've got right here is it's all organized. It's all laid out by like items. We have our balls, we have our florals, we have our ribbon, we have our finishing touch of our ornaments here, our garland that's going on the tree, and that makes decorating go faster.
It sure does. I mean, we're going to put this garland's going to lay in the tree first, and then we're going to apply our balls, just like we say, on the tip, just ribbon, balls, and floral. This ribbon treatment that we're going to use is going to be a lot of tails and loops and stuff at the top. So we're going to show a really cool tree topper, and we've got florals and stuff to go with that. That's a little bit different than putting the bows all over the tree. But being organized is really good, and you've got a floral spray there that's been wired together that is very helpful.
This is almost like a bouquet, but there are several sprays that are mixed here together, and I think I have a few of them on the floor here. This is the gold that's behind, and I know we're probably going to use those in the treetop when I was trying to figure out what all my pieces were here. This is taking the elements and wiring them together so that when we place this on the tree, we just have one thing we're putting on there, and that really makes it go fast. One of the most amazing things to me in working on projects like this is Kathy's ability to look at the home and see what it's going to look like with Christmas in it. And she can picture it in her mind, and then as we go back to the store and she has the pictures of the areas that we're going to do and maybe an armchair cover or pillows, and knowing the colors, we start picking through the ribbons and coordinating it all in a manner that is just fitting to the home. Much like a home interior decorator works, she works the same way with Christmas, and she just has this innate ability to select just what's exactly appropriate for that house, that room, that home, and that family.
But that also stems from just being able to have such great products to work with. And that's what we do together in buying those products and picking out those looks and those things. You know, we don't go back to market and buy the materials to fit this client or that client. We buy just very good quality products in all ranges of color and, you know,
finishes, sizes,
and everything, the ribbons and everything. And then we coordinate those to the homes that we get to decorate. And you know, we have as much of a passion for helping someone come into the store and showing us their own pictures and helping them do it themselves. I mean, we don't have to come to your home to decorate. We want you to be the designer and use the good products and get the tools of education that you need in order to do that.
You know, the greatest thing about this trip for me has been you and I decorating together.
I know, it was like we're revisiting our roots.
I know, well, and it was kind of crazy because a lot of the time we weren't even talking. You were doing your thing, I was doing my thing, and it was all working out in the end.
Well, because of the techniques we've developed, the easy, simple way to decorate, then you don't have to plan and look and are you going to put that there? Do I put that here? Do I move this or whatever?
Right.
Because we've got it pretty much laid out and it's pretty simplified. But we have a huge staff of people that we've trained at the store. They watch and learn our techniques, and so they can practice that and do that on their own families as well as help for the projects that we have around our community. And it's just it's a great thing to get to work with your family and to decorate and to help other people spread the joy of the holiday season.
It just makes it magical. That's what I think. We get to spread that and we get to create that in people's homes, that magical wonderland that takes everybody back to just being like a little kid. And it just makes me smile to see the lights low in the house and the lights on the Christmas tree. And I just don't know what's more special than that.
So whether you are decorating for yourself or we're helping you decorate, we have had a really good time on this project, and we hope you've enjoyed all the tips and techniques and hopefully learned something to see what we do.
And if you really enjoyed it, you'll want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and keep up with all the fun and exciting things that we're doing.
Happy decorating, y'all!